Hello there, guys, and happy Thanksgiving. I'm gonna have my turkey Lunchable, like I had the turkey Lunchable last year. I'm gonna have a beer, actually. Been staying here in Kent, in that room right there on the bottom. Sign of the times. Gotta wear the COVID mask for posterity. Okay, this is gonna be a different video. And I'm not sure I can knock it out in 10 minutes if I tried. I try to keep these at 10 minutes. It was a year ago. 2 days ago. It was a year ago, 2 days ago, that I took off from Southern California and headed to Seattle. And there's a lot of things that I didn't see coming, like the COVID. And for about 9 months, man, it was good enough. It was good enough. But I'm thinking about moving, maybe to Las Vegas. That's, in my mind, maybe Reno or something like that. Because, man, I was at the job from July until Halloween. And, oh, by the way, I'm wearing my Dallas Cowboys shirt because they're playing at 1 o'clock. And right now, it's about, I don't know, noon. And my landlord's going to come. My landlord's going to come. He's a pretty cool guy. He's going to bring food. He just texted about an hour ago, said, I'm going to come by at 12:30 with some food. I got my Dallas Cowboys little, bag that I keep my food and my drinks in for when I go to work. For about 9 months, man, it's been worth it. The high points, when you talk about the good parts of an experience, the high points were fucking damn worth it. And even now, the high points are okay, but this COVID thing has changed and, started chain reactions here and there. For example, right around April, the guy that I live across the hall from over here, he's a good guy. He just recently moved out. But he went stir crazy, man. We all go stir crazy, but I was working the graveyard job, and he wouldn't stop slamming doors, and I come home 7 in the morning. I'm get here 7 in the morning. I'm trying to sleep till, 1 in the afternoon or something. And 9:30, bam! Wake me up, man. And freaking 11:30, bam! Wake me up again, And, he tried to make up for it, and we were on good terms for the first few months. But this happened multiple times, too many times. So now there's another guy that lives upstairs, and he's retired. And this is my book, Cretins, right here. Cretins right there. And I write about this phenomenon. In Cretins, and I'm not going to go into too much detail right now. I might make another video. I might do something like that. So, he was an okay guy, man. I got here on December the 19th in 2019. And little did I know, COVID was just kicking up in China, and by the time February rolls around, we hear about it, people are talking about it. By the time March comes around, restaurants are closing. And this guy, I wouldn't see him a whole lot, He's an old guy, and he's kind of little, He has a short man complex, and that's what I write about in Cretins, And we, first time I ever seen him, I was already here 11 days. First time I seen him was on New Year's Eve, right before midnight. And I made a video about it where he came out of his room, and I didn't film him because I don't film people without them asking if I could help it. But I have him talking on camera. And we had a drink or whatever, and then, weeks went by and, didn't see a whole lot of each other, and then we watched the Super Bowl together. And, the guy seemed decent, man. He seemed fun to hang out with, but something happened. And call it the COVID thing or whatever, or chain reaction. But, man, we went many, many months. So, after the Super Bowl, we got another roommate. Younger guy. And things seem okay. Things seem okay socially. And then I'm gonna fucking say it straight out. Is on New Year's Eve. You know, he offered me some marijuana because it's legal out here. You know. I said no. I'm gonna start a new job. I gotta take drug tests and passed up on it. And months went by, like I said, and everything seemed fine. And I took this job. It was the third job I had out here in July. And I was working 15-hour shifts. And I'd have 2 days off sometimes. You know, it was Tuesday and Wednesday. And I'd always have Saturday off. But sometimes I'd work on a Tuesday. I'd work on my day off or whatever. So if I had the 2 days off, sometimes we'd watch like a movie or something that night. And what I noticed is the guy stays home all day and he's retired, you know? He doesn't get out a whole lot. And I had a decent social life at this past job. And what I noticed is, you know, sometimes I'd come home and he'd be up, you know, I'd come home like at freaking 4 in the morning. And he'd be up and it was like he was waiting or something. And sometimes I have enough energy and I'll chit-chat or have a beer even, you know, once in a while. If I have to work the next day, you know. But sometimes I'm driving home and I'm like, no, I'm going straight to my fucking room. I'm going to sleep. And Labor Day came around. And I'm just going to be straight up about this, okay? I'm not a heavy pot smoker. I'm not heavy into that. I'm more of a beer drinker, you know. Let's have another drink of the good old beer here. Alright. Now in between A and B, with all these, you know, months going by, you know, you learn about people. And most of what I've learned about these guys, it seemed, is good. Especially when sober. Now, what this guy would do sometimes, though, is, like I said, man, I write about this very clearly in Cretans, okay? I'm not going to go to the passages because I only have 3 minutes left on this 10-minute thing. The guy, you know, if we drank like more than a 6-pack or something, you know, watching the movie and stuff, and, you know, it's winding down and shit, he started doing push-ups and challenging me to do push-up contests because he's like, he's 70, you know, right around that age. And he'd do weird things like this. And on Labor Day, there was the other roommate had a friend over, and they did something that the villain does in this book. Okay? I gave him the book to read, you know? And what you gotta understand is art reflects life. Okay? If there's a villain that says some kind of word, let's say midget, because the villain says midget, because his ex-girlfriend went to sleep with the horse jockey. He said, I can't believe she slept with that midget. That's not necessarily me, the author, that hates little people, because I don't. Okay? And the whole thing is, art reflects life, and people call each other names, especially villains. You know, and maybe someone that has a little higher moral character, he's not going to be doing that so much. He's going to feel like he has self-esteem and all this other stuff. So anyway, we drank beer and smoked a little pot, and I think there was hard liquor involved, which complicates things. And then we got in this fucking surreal, strange argument. Now, the whole thing is this, is the other guy was in on it. I'm not joking on it. Because, you know, I was fucking zonked out, you know, in that blackout area where you remember some, you don't remember others, you know, things that are going on. And, you know, they seem to try to reenact something that the villain does in this. Won't go into detail, maybe some other time. I'm right on 10 minutes right now. I might extend this a couple minutes. And whatever it was, it seemed racist against white people, if you want to know that, because, you know, there used to be little friendly quips here and there. And here's what the guy said. Here's what this old man said. He goes, "You're always humiliating me." I never knew that. I never knew he felt humiliated. You got to own your emotions, you know? So, here's what I'm saying by own your emotions. If you have a girlfriend, Star 80 is a great movie, by the way. It's about, you know, centerfold for Playboy that leaves her little town and her boyfriend's back home and she's in LA. And she's mingling with the higher ups and stuff like that. And he's getting paranoid and jealous and he goes and kills her. It's a true story or whatever. So, you know, here's what I notice in life. When you get jealous, usually the person's not trying to make you jealous. At least it's true with me, you know. Whoever I'm jealous of, that person just happens to have it going on, you know. They might have money, they might have a pretty girlfriend, whatever it might be. If you get mad, you know, sometimes you get mad, you know, someone cuts you off. And he wasn't trying to cut you off. Sometimes they just, you know, whatever happens in life. But I notice when you try to make someone mad, it backfires very often. Okay? When you try to make someone jealous, you're like, "Oh, yeah, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I'm not jealous. You know? I know what you're doing," or whatever. Now, this guy said that I'm humiliating him. Now, what you're supposed to say if your girlfriend is a pretty secretary or something, you know? You're not supposed to say, you make me jealous. You're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to say, "I feel jealous when you go to work because I know all the guys are looking at you." You're supposed to own your emotions. So on Labor Day, this guy said, "You're humiliating me." And I'm like, "Dude, you're just a random guy in my life. Anyway, we're roommates. I got this fucking room through Craigslist, dude. You know, it's not like we were childhood buddies and talked about moving in or anything." And this phenomenon, I fucking write about because I've gone through it a few times in Cretans. So I didn't feel humiliated. If you want to know the truth, I felt pity. You know, I'm sorry that people are retired and they're waiting around all day, and I'm working a 15-hour shift, and sometimes he's trying to talk to me longer than, you know, I'm gonna talk because I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna fucking have 6 hours of sleep. I'm gonna hit the alarm. Then I'm gonna wake up, get ready for work, and do it again because that's what was going on. I was able to save a few $1,000s that way. So I definitely got to cut this off before 15. The Dallas Cowboys, they're going to play. It's a 1 o'clock game. My landlord, which has been nice, he's going to be here within the hour. And I might move. I just might move. I might, you know, I plan to tell him, you know, you have my last month rent. Okay, by the end of December, I'm out of here. And maybe try Vegas or something. I love Seattle, you know. I came up here in 97, and I love it up here, but this is not what I thought was going to happen. You know, with all the lockdowns, I thought I'd be going to Mariner games. I thought I'd be going to Seahawk games. This is not how I thought it'd be. So, you guys been great, man. You guys been great. I'm going to eat my turkey Lunchable. I was in Chehalis last Thanksgiving at a hotel. Beautiful fucking hotel. And watched all the football from hotel room in Chehalis. And then, you know, I'm going to kick back, and I go to work today at 6:30. So you guys have a good time. Oh, my roommate, not roommate, but across street neighbor was on the news because he got killed right around my birthday this year. That's another thing that was weird, okay? His girlfriend, she's a nice lady. I met her once or twice. Thank you.